One of the most curious works Michelangelo ever created is the sculpture of Moses, located in Rome inside the church of San Pietro in Vincoli, or St. Peter in chains. Everything about this spectacular marble figure speaks of power, authority, and strength. But what of the strange bulging growths protruding from his curly locks of hair? You guessed it, these are horns. Most scholars agree that the horn depiction of Moses links back to St. Jerome's popular version of the Bible called the Vulgate, where he erroneously translates the Hebrew word keren as horns instead of light rays. Future translations of the Old Testament interpret these passages of Exodus as the skin of Moses shining or emanating light, which in the context of his divine interaction really makes sense. Many artists depicted Moses in this way, with rays of light radiating from his head. Yet some, including Michelangelo, chose to depict Moses with very realistic animal horns, making it difficult to avoid a demonic allusion. Viewed through the lens of the anti-Jewish early modern Christian bias, the tablets slipping from under the arm of Michelangelo's Moses could be seen as containing a backward, outdated Jewish law. Despite St. Jerome's enduring and concentrated effort to learn Hebrew, many of his letters point towards his unequivocal antagonism towards Jews. In one letter, Jerome compares Jews to Satan because of their alleged pride. In another, warns against Jews who practice in the synagogues of Satan. It seems, therefore, that his mistranslation is more deliberate than accidental, reflecting the general Christian trend towards ostracizing, demonizing, and vilifying Jews. In Italy, after the Fourth Lateran Council was convened in the 13th century, this type of theological bias began to manifest itself in practical terms through discriminatory laws that forced Jews to wear round yellow badges on their clothing. Michelangelo placed this Jew-identifying sign on the clothing of another biblical figure, Amminadab, the father-in-law of Aaron, who was Moses' brother. Amminadab appears on the famous ceiling of the Sistine Chapel, which Michelangelo completed around the same time as he was working on the sculpture of Moses. Both figures thus carry the markings of the otherness of Jews that were so prevalent during the time of the Renaissance.